everybody. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Tammy Talks. We're here for another episode of Black Ink Crew, Season 7, Episode 9, Black Ink Crew Chicago. I think that's the name of the episode. That's what my guy said, so that's what we're gonna roll with. I am so sick of getting on here and having to read Charmaine the way that I've had to read this woman the past couple episodes. I'm tired of it. I really am. But before we get started, if you're brand new to my channel or if you are a repeat person and you have not yet subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video if you enjoy the content, hop down into the comment section so we can go ahead and talk about everything that happened in this episode, y'all. So the episode starts off with Ryan is talking to Shogun. Shogun is one of his artists who happens to be Prince's friend. So Ryan is asking Shogun if he's talked to Prince, if he's heard from him. And Shogun is like, no. Shogun is doing a tattoo. So I'm like, why are we having this conversation with him while he's working? But whatever. And he tells Shogun that Charmaine fired Prince because while she was out burying her father, that Prince brought Drea into the shop. Charmaine was disrespected by it, which she had every reason to be. She had every reason to be disrespected by that. And then things took a turn, and ultimately Prince was fired. He then tells Shogun that, Charmaine has lost Prince and Drea, and she needs them because those are her two most advanced, her two most senior tattoo artists. Those were her lead artists. So, and I just kind of feel like, we get so many instances of Ryan telling everybody all this stuff that we all know about Charmaine to be true. He's telling everybody but Charmaine. He is literally telling everybody but Charmaine. And it's like, why can't you go and tell Charmaine this? But whatever. So we finally see another tattoo being done, and Shogun introduces himself. So I get the feeling that Shogun is more than likely going to be a new castmate next season. So we see over at Second City Ink, Prince is packing up all his tattoo stuff. And I don't know if her name was Cece, Sussy, Sassy, whatever her name is, that annoying new girl is like damn near begging Prince to stay. Why can't you stay? You're leaving us? Girl, he's leaving. Have you not been seeing what's going on? So she's doing a lot, and Prince is just like, Charmaine called him a bitch. So Prince is like, Charmaine has called me out my name. Charmaine is disrespecting me. I'm not going to deal with disrespect on any way, shape, or form. Like, that's not what's going to happen. And he just kind of tells them, Charmaine, to Cece, I'm going to call her Cece, tells Cece and the other tattoo artist that's there, was it Suerte? Just wait until y'all get into it with her, and then she reaches and pulls up your personal business and then brings it to the forefront to use against you. Because that's exactly what Charmaine did to him, and exactly what Charmaine did to Drea. So we didn't see Ryan is back at 9 Mag. He's talking to Brittany. Remember, Brittany Slam was initially one of the people that Ryan fired, but then brought over to the new 9 Mag. So he's telling Brittany that Charmaine is losing people left and right. She's working the desk as her own receptionist and all this other type stuff. So he feels that it's his duty to help Second City get it together. And I'm like, it's not your duty, Ryan. Production is telling you that y'all have to work together because you don't want Charmaine and you don't want these people filming and doing all this messy shit at your shop now. That's what it comes down to. So he wants to make a video inviting everybody to get everybody back together so that they can once again try to do like a team building exercise, talk, air out everything that needs to be gotten together. So that's where that's going. He said the dinner didn't go the way that it wanted to. It went left. I'm like, yeah, Ryan, you took it left. The real reason that the dinner went left is because Ryan, Don, and Four know how Charmaine is. They know she's not qualified to run his tattoo shop. They know that she's in the wrong. But because Ryan has an issue with Kit, and Don and Four are Ryan's bootlickers, they're not going to do that. They're going to sit there and encourage Charmaine and not call Charmaine out on her bullshit. And that's why this has escalated the way that it has escalated. So Ryan shoots this video, sends it to everybody. They all were looking like, "Man, please." No, excuse me. Nobody was feeling it. Don gets the video and Don says he thinks that Ryan should stay out of it. And I completely agree as well. We know that this is drummed up by production because you're not filming with these people outside of you choosing to bring Second City together. We haven't seen a scene of Ryan just kicking it with Charmaine. We haven't seen a scene of Ryan hanging out with Kit. So we haven't seen a scene of anybody from Nine Mag talking to anybody from Second City Inc. outside of them like trying to get everybody together to fix this failing shop. We know it's production based. So they all meet up at Nine Mag and they're waiting on Ryan. Ryan arrives on like some party buses. Well, I won't call them party buses. They're more like sprinters. So he arrives on some sprinters. They're waiting for Charmaine. Charmaine calls Ryan, or Ryan calls Charmaine. She says that she has terrible morning sickness. And because of that, it's going to take her a little longer to get there. We then see her get off the phone. Ryan is like, "I'll send you the address." She's going to meet them there. She's in the car with her cousin, Danny, who used to be on the show. Now she's Danny. She was Danielle. Now she's Danny J, who said she just didn't want to ride with anybody that she doesn't like. Charmaine is so unbelievably childish. Charmaine is so childish, and again, the fact that people are allowing her to be that way because no one is calling her out on it shows that. Charmaine knows that she has messed up and she is being shown, not shown in a negative light because of editing, because of what you are doing. And that's why her ass ain't been on Twitter or Instagram, and she turns off her Instagram comments. I see what you're doing, Charmaine. But you caused this. You caused all of this on yourself. You did this to everybody. You did this. So they get to this like outdoorsy type thing, this team building exercise, and they're gonna do like a rowing activity. Ryan and Charmaine are captains, and Charmaine off rip starts picking all the new people because she doesn't want to work with the old people that she fired, who are Kit, Prince, and Drea. Ryan does not want to pick Kit, Prince, and Drea because Ryan still wants to keep Charmaine right here kissing his ass. So he doesn't pick them either. They get down to the last three, and Charmaine picks Prince. Prince immediately shakes his head. No, absolutely not. And Charmaine is like, "Oh, wow, he doesn't want to be." Girl, you know that man don't want to be on your team. I hate people that throw the rock and hide their hand. You know why he don't want to be on your team. You called this man a bitch the last time that y'all spoke. And then fired him. And then messed up his relationship. Come on, Charmaine. What is going on? Is this pregnancy brain? Stop it, girl. You are too old for this type of behavior. So Ryan is like, "Okay, by default, I'll take Prince." Then he's like, going off of athletic size, he's going to take Drea, who he says looks more athletic than Kit. If she does, she does. So Charmaine is like, "Kit, would you like to be on my team?" Kit was like, "Well, girl, it's by default." I know how this goes. And my whole thing is nobody wants to be picked last, especially not for no childish ass games like we're out rowing the boat and shit. I would be mad too. Nobody wants to be picked last. I have thankfully, God knows, thankfully, I have never been picked last for something like that. Because it's usually a popularity contest. The people that get picked first are usually the most popular. They have the most friends. It's somebody's bestie, somebody's homie. The people that are picked last, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. So they're doing this thing, and Ryan is Ryan has to pick three people to go on the boat. He picked Gina, who apparently still works for him, Brittany, who he says has great teamwork, and then he's gonna put Drea with her, and he says it's because Drea does not understand teamwork. And I'm like, I feel like that is so shitty to say. And I hope, because I feel like the cast is very quiet, especially Ryan, Charmaine, Don, and Four. They are very quiet after every single one of these episodes air, and I think it's because they do so much talking and kissing Charmaine's ass and skirting around what the real issue is, what the real problems are in Second City, because they're going off of what Charmaine is saying, that they're watching these episodes now like the rest of us, and they're seeing that Charmaine has been fucking up left and right. Like, she has been messing up left and right. And I hope that they are seeing this now. Charmaine is the problem. It's not that Drea doesn't understand teamwork. Has Drea done a few things that she probably shouldn't have? Yes. But for the overall scenario, Drea and Kit have not been wrong. It has solely been on Charmaine. So Charmaine picked herself, and I'm like, you're pregnant. Why are you getting your ass in this boat? So it was Charmaine, Cece, and then Danny. Why is Danny even there to participate? Danielle, why is Danielle even there to participate? Like, this is so stupid, and it just shows that Charmaine is not willing to try to work things out or try to rectify anything. She wants these people to kiss her ass, and they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. So they sit down for lunch, and they have assigned seats, and then they have these questions, these note cards underneath their lunch. And everybody is supposed, or a couple of people are going to go around, read the question. Everybody then answers by writing down their answer on a sheet of paper. And then the little leader, the moderator lady, is going to read the answers, and then you can admit if it's you or not. So Charmaine reads her question, and it is, what is life teaching me right now? The first response she got was, think before you speak. They asked Kitty, was it her in the confessional? Kitty said it was not. Um, Nobody at the table actually admits who it was. No. Prince does admit. And then Prince says that it was him. And he said because, Charmaine just kind of says whatever the fuck she wants and then expects people to deal with it. And she doesn't want to take accountability for it. So then Don has one, and his answer was that trauma is trying to teach you how to heal. And he's just saying that Charmaine is going through so much, which I want people to stop saying that those of us that are calling her out on her bullshit are not acknowledging the fact that she has lost two parents in, what is it, 2.5 years. No one is negating that. Everybody feels bad for her for that. I live in Milwaukee, and I saw, like, I was at the cemetery visiting my grandmother, and I actually saw, because Charmaine's her father is buried in the same cemetery. Her father is buried in Milwaukee. So, like, I saw that. I saw her family, her out there burying her father, laying him to rest. No one with a hurt does not feel bad for her. Everyone, like, feels some compassion for Charmaine, but I also feel like because you are going through things in your personal life, it does not give you the right to take it out on other people and feel that you do not have to be held accountable for that. It just doesn't. It does not give you that right. And I think that Charmaine kind of feels that because she's going through so much, that however she lashes out should be dismissed and excused. And that's just not the way that a life works. It's not the way that adulthood works. And Don is just telling her that he wants her to stop internalizing so much. Like, you're going through this. Let this type of trauma that you're going through help you grow as a person. He said he loves her. He doesn't want to see her suffer. And I'm like, girl, Don, being brother sister all of a sudden after y'all were sleeping together when the show first came on is weird. It's weird AF, and it's kind of cringy to me. But Don has matured the most throughout, at least throughout from what we can see throughout this series. But he is also still not calling them out, I feel like, publicly. And I know people are saying, well, maybe they're calling them out privately. She's acting a fool publicly. Call her out publicly. That's just how I feel about it. So then Prince's question is, what do you think I want most from you that I'm not getting? And he got a question that said, you want me to let you do what you want to do with no accountability. And Charmaine immediately said that was her. She said that she feels that Prince wants to be able to do whatever he wants to in her shop and in regards to Second City, and he doesn't have to be held accountable for it. So Prince combated her and said that what are you doing to reward me for what I have done for you, for what I have done for your shop? And Charmaine said that she made him head artist and that should be reward enough. And I'm like, somebody, if you're a tattoo artist, please let me know. Like, does being head artist of a tattoo shop, like, is that really a prize? Does that get you like less booth rent? Does like what does that get you? I would really really like to know what does that get you? Because I'm confused as to the fact that why they scream it out all the time and why Charmaine feels that her making you lead artist gives her the right to treat you any kind of way that she wants to treat you. So Prince said, well, the last thing he remembers is you calling him a bitch. And I said, I know that's right, Prince. Call her out. Because who else knew that she did that besides him or Mariah? Who else knew that she did that? Because everybody at that table kind of looked like, damn, Charmaine. Everybody at that table kind of turned and looked at her or looked away as if they had no idea that that happened. So Charmaine looks embarrassed. Charmaine's sitting there looking stupid. So she says that she wanted to have that conversation privately. And I'm thinking, why? You called this man a bitch on national TV while the cameras were rolling. You knew they weren't gonna cut that out. You knew that would not end up on the cutting room floor. So if you big enough and you grown enough and you got the balls enough to call this man out his name, then have the balls to sit up there and apologize to him and sincerely mean it. So Charmaine was like, I lost control of my emotions and I'm sorry. And I'm like, that bullshit apology. Charmaine wasn't sorry. Charmaine didn't mean that. But that's why you don't force people to apologize. You never force somebody to apologize on the spot because it's not going to be sincere. It's not. It's not going to be sincere. And that's why Prince got the apology he got. So then Prince even said that even when she apologizes, it doesn't even sound like she means it because she didn't mean it. Charmaine showed up to that retreat with the intentions of, I'm not apologizing. I didn't do anything wrong. I haven't been wrong in this entire situation, and they should be apologizing to me because I'm providing an opportunity for them to work at my busted ass shop that I heard that people are saying is in the basement of a children's hospital. And because I'm doing that, you're able to be on the TV show as if Charmaine is the only tattoo shop that is in Chicago. Stop it. Stop it, Charmaine. My God. Like, it makes you wonder, like, is she embarrassed? No, she's not embarrassed watching these episodes because she typically doubles down on Twitter, Instagram, and then when she gets on the radio Tuesday mornings to talk about it. She doubles and triples down about her behavior. So then they have this obstacle course in the air, and when I tell you I would never, I am so scared of heights. I live on the third floor in my building, top floor. My balcony, I don't even get close to the rail. I am so terrified of heights. I wish I would. So they're up there, and the goal of that is for you to go and collect flags. They're walking over stuff. They're zip lining in the air. Wouldn't be me. Shogun, Lord, I thought Shogun was about to fall to his death. He fell and was trying to pull himself up, and I couldn't. Everyone's cheering. Ryan's team won. They look up. Ford is up there waiting for somebody to get him down. I said, Ford, why you ain't yell or make a noise? Make a noise, clap, snap, do something so they know you up there still. He up there just holding on. I said, Lord have mercy. So then they get ready to go to dinner. Ryan and Kit sit down. This I feel like was the most entertaining scene, the most important conversation. So Ryan and Kit sit down to make some s'mores, and they have a talk that was clearly long overdue. Kit would like to know, well, Ryan first kind of sort of apologizes, if you want to call it that, but he says that he does not like how he got out of pocket with talking to her at that last dinner. He does not like yelling at women and talking to women the way that he did. So he like regrets doing that, but I never hear him say, I'm sorry. Kit is apparently okay with it. So Kit wants to know what got Ryan to yelling at her the way that it is. So Kit said in her confessional that it has nothing to do with the Anthony situation. Apparently that it started before then. So Ryan says you don't remember what happened in Orlando. So apparently in Orlando, they were all down there for one of Don's bodybuilding showcases. Look at showcases, right? One of Don's bodybuilding showcases. Kit said that Ryan texted her and another mutual friend of theirs, a female, kind of hitting them up at the same time on some what you doing. And Kit said it came across as whoever responded back first, that's who he was going to go be with that night. I said, and I believe it. I 1,000% believe it. I do. Ryan gives the vibe of I'm gonna text a bunch of females and whoever bites first is what I'm gonna go do tonight. So Ryan is saying how he texted everybody because he was down there with his kids. He texts Ryan. I mean, he texts Four. He texts Don. He texts a bunch of people. And he feels that if Kit had a problem, that she should have been able to come and talk to him about it because, they've been friends. They've been intimate. And everybody was like, wait a minute. So now y'all are admitting to being intimate. So Kit now admits that when she first moved to Chicago, they were kicking it. They got close. They got intimate. They took their friendship to another level. We all knew this already. I like that is a good looking couple. That would be in a very attractive looking couple. But Ryan has a terrible attitude, and honestly, Kit seems like she's super chill unless you push her to act big DC energy. Big DC, like, I think that is still the funniest thing I have heard on TV this year. I have called people and been like, big DC energy. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it because I'm not from DC, but that is funny. So they go back and forth. Kit feels away. It was annoying that Ryan was like not acknowledging how she felt that way, but they agreed to discuss it and talk about it further and more in depth at a later time. Apparently the later time has not come because I don't think they're cool in real time now. I don't know how long ago this was actually filmed, but I don't think they're cool in real time now. So maybe something happens on next week's episode that halts that. Because I'm pretty sure Ryan was subtweeting about her or subbing her on Instagram the other day. So they all go to dinner. And this is when we really see that Charmaine is who we always thought she was. This is where we see that Charmaine will always be a person who cannot accept accountability for their actions, a person who doesn't have the humility to admit when they're wrong, to apologize. Like this is where we totally see it. So Drea, they're sitting down to eat dinner. Drea wants to know why Charmaine continually came at her neck and attacked her after damn near begging her to come back. Charmaine said, I apologize for how you feel that I handled you. And I'm sorry, but if anybody, when people say, I apologize I apologize for how you feel, that to me, that's not an apology. An apology is saying, you know what, Drea, you're right. I'm sorry for how I talk to you, not for how you feel I talk to you. That's not an apology. And if you're going to say that, you might as well not even apologize. You might as well not even apologize. Keep it to yourself and stand on not apologizing. So Charmaine then flips it very quickly and said that no one else is apologizing or taking accountability for how they talk to her. So then Drea is saying, Charmaine, I tried to help you. I tried to do all this. I tried to help you and give you the guidance. So Ryan then cuts Drea off and says, maybe Charmaine doesn't have the humility to admit when she does not know how to do something and she needs help. And Drea kind of looked at him like, nigga, I know. Charmaine kind of looks at him like she felt, Charmaine looked at Ryan like she felt betrayed. She could not believe that Ryan finally said that. But here's my whole thing. Ryan, you have known this entire time. And instead of you telling Drea that off rip, or saying that, or even better yet, telling Charmaine that she needs to humble herself and take advice from this woman who has been tattooing for years on how to run her tattoo shop, you have instead chose to gaslight Kitty. Not really Kitty. You have instead chose to gaslight Drea and make her feel like she was completely in the wrong. You have chose to gaslight Prince and make Prince feel as if he is completely in the wrong when you knew damn well that the problem with Charmaine, that Charmaine does not know what she's doing. But instead of you telling her that, you want to keep the peace so you can keep Charmaine kissing your ass. So you chose to ignore that and you wanted Charmaine to fall. Ryan wanted Charmaine's shop to tank the way that it has. He wanted those issues to go on the shop so that he did not have to put his shop on TV. That's really what it came down to. Ryan doesn't want them filming in 9 Mag anymore. So instead of him actually telling Charmaine this up front, no, let's let her shop continue to implode and implode and implode, and then I don't have to put too much of my business out onto the show. That's really what it is. Hell, we haven't seen any of Don's business either. This entire season has truly been about Second City Inc. How convenient. How convenient. So, Charmaine, so now then we have the new girl, Cece, who was like, Drea, you don't know. And I'm like, why are you even talking? Why did you even come? So then Charmaine says that the new girl has done more work in the shop than anyone else. And I said, this is what I'm talking about with Charmaine. And so Prince flips over his plate because Prince is like, this is what I'm talking about with you, Charmaine. You are always on bullshit. Charmaine can never just admit when she's wrong and she messed up about something. So now you're going to try to double and triple down and say that this person who has been only working for you for a hot minute has done more work for you in that shop than Prince? That was just dumb. Dumb. I hate when somebody is losing in an argument and they just start throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks. Because that's what Charmaine did. So Ryan asks, Ryan is like, Lord have mercy. Because then Drea is kind of like, Cece, you don't know because you haven't been there. And I'm like, that's true though. Because that girl wasn't there when Charmaine was helping do all this other stuff. When Drea was helping Charmaine do all this other stuff. That girl wasn't there when Kit was trying to help Charmaine do this stuff. So how are you going to... You won't be a main character next season, girl. If that's what you're trying to do. They're not going to hire you as a castmate. They're not going to hire you. If that's the angle you were going for, it didn't work. Because the way that Twitter just ran through you real quick, it's not going to work. So then you have Ryan that asks Charmaine, do you feel that the way that you were managing gave off a certain energy? Charmaine says no. So then he asks Second City. So then Drea said yes. So then Charmaine says she don't want to work with Drea anymore. So Drea says, you know what, I'm going to let this go. But I want to tell you one last thing. I want to get one last thing off my chest. And Drea tells her she wanted to see Charmaine win. She wanted to because there's never been, she said she has never seen, a successful tattoo shop run by a woman. So she did everything that she could to try to help Charmaine. And she hates that Charmaine saw her trying to help as, her resisting against her. She hates that Charmaine did not see how she was trying to step up and the love that she was giving her, the support that she was giving her. She hates that Charmaine saw it in the way that she did. So she apologizes to Charmaine, tells Charmaine she wishes her the best in her business and all this other stuff. And like being super genuine, she's crying. You can tell that Drea is like, this is it. I am done with this. But I want you to know I still wish you well. I never meant for it to go to this level. Charmaine sat her big ass there like this the whole time. Not even having the decency. Not even having the maturity to be like, you know what, Drea? I'm sorry too. Drea don't want to work with you no more, Charmaine. She's not trying to work in your shop. So like I just like it was ridiculous. So then Charmaine is like, I'll be fine without you. Ryan's nice. Ryan is successful. He doesn't have anyone else that he started with, and Ryan is kind of standing there like, what is going on? Because Ryan knows that Charmaine is messing up. But like I said before, this is Ryan's way of not having to have his business and actually have his shop be filmed. Because why would they film over in Nine Mag, which is going smoothly? We can come over to Second City, which is a dumpster fire. So 4 is pulling Drea away, and it's like, just let it go. I know how Charmaine is. Like, this is what's going to happen. I'm thinking, so now this is yet another person that knows that Charmaine is in the wrong, has known that Charmaine has been in the wrong, but instead of you speaking up, you're choosing to stay quiet about it. Charmaine, those are not your friends. Ryan 4 and Don are not your friends. In case you hadn't noticed, because they knew what the issue was, they know that you're messing up, and instead of being some real friends to you and trying to help you out, they are perpetuating this storyline basically that you don't know what you're doing and watching you stand and go up in flames because it means that they don't have to put their personal business on TV because you're going to put yours on TV. Those are not your friends, but that's who you feel more loyal to. That's who you feel more loyal to. Dumb. So then we have Kitty and Charmaine. So Charmaine, so then Kit says that her issue with Charmaine was business. Charmaine's issue with her was personal, which it was because that's what we saw. So Charmaine says that she was scared to lose Kit as a friend. So she didn't want it to go the way that it did. So Charmaine is saying that Kit didn't call her. Kit wasn't there for her when her father was sick, when her father was doing all of this. We don't know what happened. Kit is saying that she was there. She tells Charmaine that if you felt I wasn't calling you enough, if you felt I wasn't there for you enough, all you had to do was tell me. She said, but her whole problem was she was trying to help Charmaine out business-wise, which we saw. We saw Kitty on numerous times in numerous scenes tell Charmaine that I will help you do this. You have a lot on your plate. I'll help you. Let me know what you need me to do to help you. Charmaine was so stuck on this is mine, that you pushed Kit away. Somebody that could have been there for you in a way that nobody else could because she just lost her mother as well. So that's what I didn't understand. Like, they showed some unseen footage, which would have been nice to see during the show. But you know how editing goes. Of Kit saying that she was going to step away from Nine Mags. She was going to step away from Second City to save their friendship. She was willing to step away from it so that they wouldn't lose their friendship in the balance. So then Ryan is like, this is clearly a conversation that needs to be had privately. And again, in this instance, instead of Charmaine apologizing, she doesn't do that. It's just like, well, you weren't here. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. And like, I cannot stand when how there are some people in friendships that feel that they are supposed to be the ones that you are supposed to cater to. That's not how friendship works. That is just not how friendship works. Friendship is supposed to be two equal people. And my thing is, I feel like Charmaine felt like Kitty had to kiss her ass. Charmaine felt that Kitty should be doing all of this and coming to her and contacting her and doing all of this all the time because in her eyes, she's giving Kitty an opportunity. She's letting Kitty be on the show because she's employing Kitty at their shop. Like, it is so mind-blowing. I cannot stand when people act that way. So they decide that they're going to let it be for now. They're going to try to they're going to let everything just leave it alone for now. Shit. They're going to leave everything alone, and then they are going to have a conversation about their friendship later. Because right now, Kit does not feel comfortable being her friend. She doesn't trust her. And I mean, who could blame Kit at this point? Honestly and truly, who could blame Kit at this point? The way that Charmaine has treated her when Kit had a problem with you regarding business and you made it personal was completely disgusting. Again, the one person on that cast who has just lost a parent, who understands what you're going through, who we have seen try to be there for you, but Charmaine was too busy trying to get up into the boys club. She was too busy trying to kiss Ryan's ass, trying to kiss Forrest's ass and Don's ass. It's just absolutely stupid. I know Charmaine has said that we won't see much of her in the next season. Good. Go get your shit together. Go get yourself together. Charmaine needs time to grieve, and I really feel like Charmaine should not have even filmed this season. A lot of this could be grief that is coming out, but it doesn't give you a pass to treat people the way that you are treating people. It doesn't give you a pass to refuse to take accountability the way that Charmaine has refused to take accountability for the missteps that she has made over and over and over. Even up until now, when she has been on Instagram and Twitter, doubling down every week about her behavior, laughing it off, making TikToks, making Instagram reels, acting as if she doesn't understand why people are saying that she's the problem. It is disgusting behavior. I was on Kids Live right before Thanksgiving, and I guess Charmaine has her blocked. So I guess that conversation never happened. Kid, don't even worry about it, girl. This is stupid. I will catch y'all in the next one.